Welcome back everyone, it's Sarah, and in this video I am going to be covering some cell communication. Basically, cell communication is how cells talk to each other, it's how they get to know each other, it's how they figure out what each other wants, all of that good kind of stuff. A more formal definition of cellular communication is the process in which cells detect and respond to signals in the extracellular environment. This is how multicellular organisms coordinate cellular activities, and cell signals can be either incoming or outgoing. But the basic premise is these signals are going to affect the conformation or the shape of a receptor protein on the outside of a cell or the inside of a cell, wherever the signal is supposed to go. Anyways, this changes the shape of this receptor and it's going to lead to a response inside or outside the cell. Normally inside, though. There are several different types of signaling. You've got direct intracellular signaling, which is where cell junctions or little gaps, like cells are stuck close together and there are little gaps in between their membranes that kind of connect their cytoplasms together. But anyways, these cell junctions allow signaling molecules to pass from one cell to another. You've got contact dependent signaling, which is where some molecules are going to be bound to the surface of cells and they serve as other signals or signals to other cells that come along and come in contact with these cells. You've got autocrine signaling, which is where cells secrete signaling molecules that can bind either to themselves or neighboring cells of the same type. You've got paracrine signaling, where the signals diffuse locally and act on neighboring cells, but it doesn't affect the cell that's actually secreting said signal. You've got endocrine signaling, which is where signals, normally in the form of hormones, are going to travel longer distances and they usually last a longer time. And then you've got pheromones, which are signals that are released into the environment and they are going to act on a different individual. So I drew a little picture for all of you that are visual learners. Um, Direct signaling, you can see right here you've got your gap junctions. This is the cell that's secreting the signal and it can travel directly from cell to cell depending on which cell needs it. Contact, you've got your little signal right here and your next cell has the receptor right here and they're just going to come in contact with each other and then a signal is going to happen. Autocrine, you've got your secreting cell right here, and your secreting cell also has receptors for the signal that is being secreted, and then it can affect some of the cells around it that also have the receptors. Paracrine is almost just like autocrine, except for you don't have the receptors on the secreting cell. And endocrine, I forgot to write that in, I'm sorry. But this is endocrine signaling. You got your cell over here. It's going to secrete a signal. Signal is going to travel through the bloodstream to its target cell, which is way over here. It's a different cell, but you see your target cell has the receptors on it to pick up the signal. There, I wrote endocrine in for you. There are going to be 3 different stages of cell signaling. First, you have receptor activation. This is when the signal binds to the receptor. From there, you've got what's called signal transduction, which an activated receptor induces the signal transduction pathway. And this is how I am going to explain the signal transduction pathway. If you've ever seen Tom and Jerry or anything like that, you've got Jerry is up here, the mouse, pushing off this little bowling ball. This bowling ball is going to roll down some kind of incline, like a gutter or something like that. So the bowling ball's rolling, it's rolling. It's going to hit this little seesaw thing right here, which has a tasty pie on the end of it. Well, as soon as this bowling ball lands on this seesaw, Tom, who's standing right over here somewhere, is going to get this tasty pie to the face. That's basically what a signal transduction pathway is. But after the signal transduction pathway, you've got the cellular response. So Tom has just taken this tasty pie to the face. Now he's going to have a response. The cellular response can have several different forms. Sometimes you can alter the activity of enzymes, you can alter some structures of proteins, or you can change gene expressions, things like that. But anyways, I'm going to stop with this video. In the next video, I am going to cover the types of cell surface response or receptors. Sounds like tons of fun, right? It's not that bad. But that's all I have for this video.